Welcome to Those to Web. Let's proceed our next tutorial on MySQL, how to create database, how to create table, how to insert value, how to delete table or database. So stay connected with us till we complete. And before proceeding, I request you all to please subscribe our Those to Web channel if still you have not subscribed, and please share with your friends. If you really like this video, please give a like and give a comment. So let's proceed. So already we have installed the MySQL. Let's open it. So I'll go with the MySQL command line as of now. So hope you all remember the password which you have given while installation. I have just entered. So before proceeding, what we have to see, there are few database. I mean to say that it will be by default by MySQL. So you can see that show databases and give the semicolon. You can see that what are the database by default it's available. So don't touch with this and let it be by default. I'll create my own database. To create this, we are going to write. Okay, so I have to first step to create database. To create database, you have to run the command create database, and whatever the database name you want to give, I am giving as a database name as Those to Web, and give the semicolon at the end. It's always, you can see that query okay, and one row affected. So what is the time of execution? So 0.01 second. So you can see here we have the few database, and that means one row affected. These are all the several database, first row, second row, third row. So in that, my database is getting added here. So if you run the same show databases, you will get your database name here. So to type show database, you can type show databases semicolon, or otherwise if you press upper arrow key, the previous query will reflect. So I'll click on show database. Now you can see that I have on top the first what database I have created. So this is how we can create the database. Now I have to create tables. So whenever the database you are going to work on the database, then on database we have several tables. So you are going to work on the table, you are going to insert the data, you are going to retrieve the data, you want to delete any data, you want to update, modify. So the all operation you are going to perform once you have the table. So to create table, you should always remember that whenever you open your MySQL command line, you must select in which database you are going to create tables. So if you give the type insert creating table command, it will give you error. Like if I give create table, I'll give the table name as a student. Okay, so if I give this and whatever the data you want to add, so this is the just basic syntax like create table name, and what are the data will be there in the student. So if you generally think that a student will be having USN number, name, address, phone number, and XYZ information will be there. So you can add, it's all depend on your project, what you want to create, what are the entity and attributes you have, it's all depend on that. So I am going to create as of now, I will be having USN. So USN will be which type, what is the type of data it is there. So this create table, a student is your entity. Now we are going to create attributes. So attribute USN. So it is like another programming language. You have learned about the data type. So similarly in database also we have the data type. So USN, what is that? It is a combination of your number and your character. If you want only number, you can keep it only number. If you want to have USN number as a combination, you can also. So for that, we know that very well, that is the varchar. Okay, and how many character you want, you can give that character. So I will give only 10. This 10 character is going to be accepted. So I'll give comma. Then I want to give name. Name is also a varchar. I have to give, that means in database it is called as varchar, variable character. So I'll give similar with varchar. So I'll give name as a 15 character. If you want to give mobile number, I'll just give mob and it is integer. So I'll give as a 10. And at the end I have to give semicolon, enter. You can see that what is the error here? Error is error 1046. Some code is there, no database selected. As I said you that whenever you are going to create any database, you must, whenever you are going to create a table, you must select database, in which database the table is going to be added. So for this, what I have to do, I'm going to use command use and your database name. So what is the database name? You have to use it. So what is the database you have created? You can see on the top I have created those two web. I'm giving database name, semicolon, enter. So what happened? See that is the spelling mistakes, that's why. So I'm going to use the upper arrow key, so automatically the previous query will come. I'll change this one and hit enter. Suppose you miss the entering semicolon, if you enter also it will work over here. So if you miss the semicolon, it will go to the next line with the arrow mark. You just skip semicolon and go to the next line. That means it will be executed. So you can see that table is created. So database changed. Now if I run the previous query, you can see here create table, same query, and I hit enter. That means it's execution. You can see that query is okay and with 0 rows affected, one warning has come. So 0 row, why it is affected? Because in this database this is the first table we are creating. So like this way we create the table. Now I want to see that is it table is created or not. So similarly you are going to use show tables, semicolon. You can see that there is a table is created, right? I want to know that what is the description of this table. Then you have to use DSC, that is description, and the table name. So what is the table name? Table name is a student and semicolon. You can see that the field, what is the field we have? We have field as a USN, name, mobile number, varchar, integer. Initially it is all null, yes. We have not defined any primary key or foreign key. The default value is null, and this is also extra information, nothing is there. So just by this way you can create table. Now I have to insert some data. So let's insert now. I'll use insert into, that means in which table you are going to insert, table name. So table name is a student, okay, and you have to give what values you are going to use it. So whenever you use any character data type, you have to choose in single quotes. So I'll using single quote. I'll give any USN number combination of your 1 0 D, you can give anything, D 1 D A 001. So like this you can give anything. Now we have to give comma, and next we have name. So I have to give the name. Name I will be giving similar way, those two web, and the remaining, again sorry I missed it, you have to give in single quote, comma, next what is that, mobile number 234567890. You can know very well though it is 10 digit and it is a number, so no need to give in comma. I'll close this, semicolon, and enter. You can see that query okay, 0 rows affected. That means in the table 1 row is added. Now how to see the data is get added or not? Just use a query called select star from and the table name. What is the table name? It is student, sorry, a student, semicolon. See, I'll just leave the semicolon and enter. You can see that it's going to be next line. So always have practice to write the queries in single line. I'll give semicolon now and enter. Now you can see that the data is inserted now. Similarly, if I want to add another, just I'll give upper arrow key. I'll change something number here. Okay. And I'll write name as a web. I'll give as a 2 and just hit enter. And just hit enter. So see, the data is added. If again want to see that, just give that. You can see that 2 data is added. So now suppose you want to delete any rows. This is, you know very well, these are these rows completely are called as tuples. Okay, and whatever the data is there, that is called as domain. So you have the attribute like USN, name and mobile number. Okay, so if I want to delete any particular USN, so you have to run the command called delete. So delete from table name. So what is the table name? Student where. So you have to put condition where clause. So where USN is equal to, in single quotation, what the USN you have given, the same I am going to give here, TA002, and close it, semicolon, enter. You can see that 0 row affected, that means it's got deleted. Let's see our data. You can see, yes, it's got deleted. So it is also, you can see that I have used here in while inserting is capital D, and while deleting I'm using a small d. So it doesn't matter that whatever the data you are, it's not case sensitive, so you can use either uppercase, lowercase, everything is the same, it will be treated here. So like this way you can perform the several basic queries, and you can practice it to develop any application. First you create the ER diagram, schema diagram, and then you prepare for the table, and then you have any web-based application and you are going to connect with the Mysql. If you have any questions, please put in comment. I will try to answer your queries, and we'll proceed with the next tutorial about the first experiment, which is the library database, how to create and how to execute that entire queries. So once again I request you all, please subscribe and click on bell icon so all notification you are going to receive, and please share with your friends. Thank you for watching.